never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love. A few years later I have started thinking, if it's just...
Hi ladies, Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday season. And now it is slowly time to get back into our routine. So this is my attempt of doing so. We had a wonderful Christmas time. We had family over on Christmas Eve, so Christmas Day and a day after, we're really just relaxing in our family time. So besides just kind of putting the gifts in one spot, which as you can see is the coffee table and the dining room table, we really did not do that much to kind of get back into the routine. So I was really getting tired of looking at all the clutter on the coffee table. So it was time to really put things away, find a new home for all the gifts that the kids have gotten, that we have gotten. So we kind of start getting the order back into the house. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'll be putting things away. I'll be organizing their toys that they have gotten. And I'm also going to take care of the kitchen. So getting the kitchen fridge cleaned up after all the leftovers we have been eating for probably a week at this point. And lastly, I will also tackle some decluttering of paperwork, which is always something that I really dislike, but something that really needs to be done to kind of get me into that, if you will, clean slate for the new year. So we are starting in the playroom. As I brought the toys to the playroom in the laundry basket, I decided to start with organizing their crayons, coloring pencils, all that into the new organizer. So a few weeks ago, I did an annual declutter of the playroom before Christmas. So if you missed that video and you're interested in seeing that, I'm gonna link it down below. And one of the things I have noticed as I was decluttering is that they could use a new organizer. So the one we had, I think we had it for probably 2 or 3 years. It was just getting really worn out. There were stuff in there that was kind of like sticky and dirty, and I don't know if you can tell, there's a difference between the color of the actual compartments, like the little things on the top, and the base of it. So it was just time to get a new one. So as I was organizing that, because I decluttered before, I had some empty bins, so I decided to kind of consolidate all the crayons from the different organizer that my daughter had. She used to have it kind of separately, and I asked her if we can kind of put it into one, and she was fine with that. The big reason why she kind of had it separately, she wanted the crayons to be a specific way. So we kind of compromised, and I did actually, gonna see later, organized it by different colors, not exactly in a color order, but kind of different color families in one bin and the rest in the other. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way, honestly, probably not, because it would be hard for her to keep it that way. So I feel like it's almost like a lost cause doing it that way. It looked pretty, but it's probably gonna just get disorganized pretty quickly, which is completely fine. But for some reason, I just really wanted to do it that way, and she really liked that idea. So that's what we did over here. And that way we don't have two different kind of containers of crayons. She still has like a case she got for Christmas that she really wanted, like a Crayola art case, I think that's what it's called. But over there the crayons are nicely organized in a specific way, so she's probably gonna keep it in her room versus the playroom. But that's where we are starting off, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of the playroom.
Frozen feet, raindrops falling on the street. I can't recall when I last saw the sun. Summer's just a memory, a faded piece of history. history. No one can remember all the fun. The late night barbecue, zipping on a gin and juice, cruising down the road, no thought getting old. The girls are hot but the beer is cold. Yeah, that's the way we roll. Bathing in the sun, on the beach having fun. Whoa, these lazy days are never done.
So before I moved on to putting things away that they got, I wanted to tackle just kind of the floor because it was full of toys. So we typically host on Christmas Eve, so I had my nieces and nephews here and they were all playing in this area. So after the festivities, if you will, were over, we did not come here to clean up. It was just a long day on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day we just mainly stayed in the living room. Kids were opening gifts, playing with their new toys, so we just kind of let it be. But it was time to put things away, and for me to put things away, I kind of needed to clear the space first. So that's what I was doing. And I was very thankful that I did declutter before Christmas because it really made this process much quicker. I did not, struggle figuring out where things would go that they got because there was plenty of space to put it into the containers, into the drawers. And when I think about like the previous years, this was not the case at all. Previous years, when we think back 4 or 5 years ago, it was a struggle. As much as I love Christmas and as much as I really enjoy gift giving, it was just, very overwhelming because, there was so many toys already when I didn't like declutter before Christmas that I didn't know where to even put them. And so they were just piles and piles of stuff. And then also, when there's so many toys, kids don't really play with any of them because they feel overwhelmed by just the sheer volume of them. So I'm very thankful that we have developed this kind of routine of decluttering before Christmas. So it's just so much easier and less time consuming to put things away afterwards. And as I was doing the organizing in this room, I also took down one of the Christmas trees we have. It was kind of in a way of kids getting into their toys. So we decided, it's past Christmas, we can take it down. The one that I have in the living room, the main one, that one is gonna stay up until New Year's Day. That's typically what I do after New Year's. I will take down the Christmas tree. I do put it up the day after Thanksgiving. So it's around for, a little bit over a month. So let me know when you take yours down. If you have like a specific day, or do you just kind of go by how you feel about it in a given year? I will tell you that I grew up in Poland, and in Poland, when I was a kid, we used to put the Christmas tree up on Christmas Eve. That's when it was going up. So it stayed up until like the very beginning of February. So it was kind of following the Catholic Church. Like when you go to Catholic churches, that's what it is. You kind of have that Christmas season after the Christmas, not before. So it was definitely an adjustment for me to switch over to how it is over here, where we kind of do all the decorations before and take it down shortly afterwards. So let me know how it is in your house.
In and out of love, never get enough. We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time. But when it's hard, you just grow cold up. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires around ourselves. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. Set up a stage of lies. Say we're done, say it's over.
And I don't show it in this video, but one of the things I also did that week is returned or exchange anything that needed to be returned or exchanged from the Christmas gifts. So in the past years, I tended to procrastinate on that. And then I basically ended up having to donate the things I did not want because I went past the return or exchange window. So just a reminder for you, if you are in that boat, if there is something that you got that's a duplicate or you don't like the color and want to exchange for something else, now is the time to do it, to go ahead and return it so you don't have to think about it in the new year. So after the playroom, we moved on to the fridge. At this point, it has been almost a week, I think, after Christmas Eve, where I did all the food prep. So it was time. It was time to get rid of whatever we didn't eat and just give the fridge a wipe down so we can kind of start fresh. Let me know how long you are left with leftovers after Christmas in your house, because we stayed with it for quite a bit, and it was, we still had some, but it was time to really get rid of it because it was starting to go bad. And also, how long can you eat the same types of things for after Christmas? So let me know how that is in your house.
If it's just love in every glass I'm drinking, we're like one and without you I'm sinking. I'm always shining next to you. Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing pavement on my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause I got you.
Been afraid of changes, but you show me life is full of faces. Sometimes clouds got in our favorite places, but we were young and unaware.
Oh, I got you, there's no reason to.
So this whole process took a really long time, more than I thought it would, just because I had a lot of little containers and then pots and pans that just needed to be hand washed. So this was one of them. I burned it down on Christmas Eve, and it's like a brand new pot. So I wanted to make sure I clean it up. I wanted to show you because it was coming off really easily using that product, CIF. I don't know how you pronounce that. And I think it's Scrub Mommy. It came right off. I was pleasantly surprised and very happy because, like I said, I just got it before Christmas. And I was disappointed and I ruined it already. What happened is when I was cooking on Christmas Eve, one of those things, I don't know what it's called, like when it's something that's hot plate or hot pot and you want to put it like on a surface, you put it underneath. And this one was from IKEA, the ones that I made out of cork. And when I did that, it got stuck to the pot and I didn't see it, so I put it back. And when I was cooking on the top of our range, so it caught fire and it burned down the pot, and I didn't realize it for a long time. So it was an adventure on Christmas Eve. The last thing that I wanted to do was to get through all the paperwork. It's probably one of the least favorite things I have as a chore, as a task, because it's just draining. Now, I will tell you that ever since I did declutter all the paperwork, switched everything to like auto payments and using digital payments and all of that, it has improved significantly. So I don't have as much paperwork anymore, but I just still don't like to do it. And just every time I have to like really talk myself into doing it, as you can see by the look on my face. It wasn't that many folders or files I had to go through. It just needed to be done. I wanted to, one, make sure that anything that needed to be taken care of was taken care of before the New Year's, and two, that I just start the new year with a clean slate as far as paperwork goes, that there's nothing kind of waiting for me to take action on, and that, I just go through it and start fresh. So let me know if you have a similar problem with paperwork, but it doesn't pile up in your house, or are you really good with kind of getting rid of it as it comes?
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you here with me. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you, I know it's all right.
Now, the other two things I didn't record it though, that had to kind of do with planning for the new year, is switching out a planner and also doing a budget planning for the next year. So for budget planning, I just have my own spreadsheet that I use where I pre-plan for the entire year. I create different tabs for every time we get paid, all of that. I just kind of have a template, and I have been doing that for a few years now. It's just what works for me. It helps me kind of stay organized with my money. And then with the planner, those are the planner stickers I wanted to go through, get rid of anything that I have not used last year because I didn't like it. I'm not a huge planner sticker person. I like planners. I just don't like stickers as much, or in a sense that I like them as long as they're functional. So I don't like to overly decorate, if you will, the planner, but I do like kind of to just throw in a few in there to make it look nicer, and for like for different reminders and things like that. I like to use it for that purpose. As far as my planner, I have been using Erin Condren's life planner for the past, I think, 2 years. I use the vertical layout. I absolutely love that planner. This year though, even though I love Erin Condren, I am trying out Day Designer with a daily planner. So I won this in one of the giveaways, so they sent it to me as my prize. So I am trying it out. Fingers crossed I like it. I like it in concept, but it's gonna be a big switch for me from doing things kind of having a weekly view to just having a daily view. So I will keep you updated. I'll link both of them below in case you want to see which ones I have. But let me know what kind of planner do you use, or do you even use the planner? Do you use digital, paper? I am all the way paper. I always have been. I cannot switch to digital, maybe at some point in the future. But I do like the idea of the planner, and I'm always excited to kind of start the new year with a new planner that's being set up. And that is gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some motivation to tackle whatever you want to tackle before the New Year's or the first week of the new year, to kind of get you started on the right foot. Don't think of a new year as it has to be a fresh start. You have to be ready for it. You cannot get ready later on. It's just something that I enjoy doing, but you can get ready any time of the year that you want. One last thing I was doing here, and I left it and I forget about it, is I was going through my Instagram and deleting anything that I no longer wanted to follow. So that's a reminder to you. You don't have to follow anybody that you don't want to follow anymore. Hope you have a happy new year, and I will see you in my next video.